What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another movie review. This is probably my favorite first time watch of 2024 so far, and I cannot believe I have yet to see this movie. Probably what has taken me this long to do it is because it's got like a 2-hour, 50-minute runtime. But if you're a fan of Dark Knight and Christopher Nolan's Batman type of deal, especially The Dark Knight, this movie, you can feel like just the camera angles, the lighting, you can feel how it's like super inspired from that. But Michael Mann, director, starring Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, Val Kilmer, oof, this movie is a beast of a movie. Heat is so goddamn good. And from 1995, and I just, from the get-go, right, the first opening robbery is a robbery that happens that clearly GTA 5 took and was inspired from the mask to the outfits to the way that they do it with the garbage truck, with the ambulance, with the tow truck, with the armored truck. The way they do it is just nuts. Literally down to the way that the truck tips and slides through something. Like they pretty much took the whole animation of that and put it into GTA 5 as one of the missions you do. But man, this movie is fantastic. Robert De Niro, I think I might have a new favorite movie with Robert De Niro in it. Like Casino and Goodfellas were at the top of my list for him. But this might take the cake. It's definitely one of my favorite Al Pacino movies. I don't know if Scarface is up there above that, but man, he's fantastic in this movie. The one scene that he's, come out years later and said that he was actually on cocaine. And he goes, "You know why? Because she's got a great ass." And he loses it. "She's got a great ass, and your head is all the way up it." Like, oh, he's a great cop in this. He's hilarious, but he's also serious, and it's like you really buy it between the relationship between him and his wife and what's going on there. But the best scene in the entire movie for me is when they sit down at the diner and have this conversation, and it's literally the cop talking to the guy that he knows does it is doing the crimes, but he has no proof that it's him, and can't arrest him on the spot because he's not guilty right now just for having dinner at a diner with him, and they just sit there talking, and it is wild. But I love that the same restaurant or even a different diner, I don't know if it's the same, but he meets his girl. And he starts to fall in love, and he's been alone for the longest time, so now he's starting to fall for her. And finally when he does, he is leaving town, and he's leaving, and he goes back for the final kill to tie up the loose ends, and the cops are onto him, and they show up at the hotel that he's at where he's killing that final loose end, and he walks out, and he's about to get in the car with his girl, and Al Pacino comes running, and he's running through this crowd, heavily crowded crowd. He's running through, he's got the gun up, he's like, he sees the girl sitting in the car, and he's like, why is everyone running but this girl's waiting in a car? Like, that girl has to be with him. And the whole point of the movie was De Niro was told by this man, hey, don't get connected to anything that you can't leave on in 30 seconds flat if you feel the heat. So that's where the title comes from. Don't have anything that you're tied down to that you're not willing to walk out the door on in 30 seconds if you feel the heat. He feels the heat. He finds his final moment where he can go with his girl, probably be arrested and get caught, or he can take off running and leave the girl that is now his new love that he's just found. But oh man, it hit so hard though. I was like, damn, he runs, that's it. And then the very end, he's on the run, he goes to this airport, and Pacino's on foot after him, and Pacino sees his shadow in the light, and De Niro has him in his sights, but because De Niro sees the shadow, Pacino sees the shadow, he turns and gets a couple shots off. And Pacino and De Niro in their first movie ever, now they've done movies since, like The Irishman and shit like that, but the first movie they're ever together ends with him getting his guy and holding his hand and watching planes land at the airport. I'm like it was a great movie, great ending. It's a tad long. It's the only half a star that I took off because I gave this movie 4.5 out of 5 stars. 9 out of 10. I have no notes. I was super interested in the story. It kept me engaged. It kept me mind blown. The whole time I was like, damn, this is like a heist movie, and I'm into heist movies, and I've never seen this. Like, I don't know why this movie hasn't been recommended to me more, you know, like by friends, you know, like I bet none of my friends have seen this, you know, like, because I'm a 99 baby, so this obviously came up before me. But if I was born like in the 80s and I was like a teenager when this came out, it would have destroyed my life because I would have been like, oh, I'm robbing banks, like that's what my goal is. You know, like, thank God, like in 2024 I have GTA to scratch that itch. Like, I don't need to go to a bank and be like, okay, I'm casing this joint, I'm gonna rob it. No, I can just go on GTA and do that and scratch that itch and make fake money, but not as good as real money, but, you know, it's better than not real money, not going to jail. You know, so, but if I was in the 80s, no video games, and I was 15 or whatever in 95, I would have been doing some bad shit in the 90s for sure. But comment below, what did you give this movie out of 5 stars? For me, about a 9 out of 10, 4.5 out of 5 stars is pretty damn good, and one of the highest rated movies I have so far this year, and also definitely my favorite movie that was a first time watch I've seen so far this year. Also movies like Saltburn, stuff in there that were wild, but this was definitely my favorite, much more up my alley, my type of movie. I love a good heist movie, and this is definitely one of the best ones out there. So comment below, what other heist movies should I watch? Is there stuff like this out there that I have not seen that I should? Comment those below. I really need some great movie recommendations, and I know you guys have them. Thank you guys for watching. If you made it this far in the video, I love you, and you're the best. Please like the video, subscribe if you're new, follow my other social medias down in the links in the descriptions below, and I will see you beautiful people in the next video.